And we are back. Probably need to rename whatever the hell I'm doing now, because comp is out of the way. We got to, what was it? I forgot how many vlogs was there, but I'm thinking I'm gonna call this total rebuild from now on. This is gonna be vlog number 1 for this, and shortly I just want to summarize everything that happened. I should have done this video earlier in the week, but I was waiting for my blood test to come back, and I still haven't got them. So, long story short, I'll have to discuss it next video, and probably make it exclusive just for guys I work with as well, just so I can talk about things that YouTube sometimes doesn't let me to talk about. But nevertheless, post-show summary. As you can see, cheeks are well and truly back. I am 114 kilos at the moment, which is 14 kilos gained. I haven't trained for 3 weeks now. So 3 weeks I haven't done a single training session. I haven't done a single cardio session. I've actually gone for very little to no walks at all. And this is the 3rd week when I start to feel that it starts to affect me in terms of health, because my body is growing so quick at the moment from doing nothing, and it's taking a toll on immune system, obviously. So it is what it is. Last few days I've felt a bit rough, so it's time to pull back on my nutrition and see where it goes. So first week of not training was when Broderick was over in UK and we were doing seminars. Traveled around 900 miles. Bear in mind, I was driving all those 900 miles. A bit challenging, very long days, very short nights. I was sleeping maybe 3-4 hours. It was that some days, and it was interesting. It was challenging, and definitely if I was to do shows on highest level possible, I would not be able to do that. But my goal this time around was just to show that, look, you can look amazing by still maintaining your brain power and running your business, having good relationships and whatnot. So I achieved that goal, and I think I overachieved that goal, which is why I kind of don't have any, how can I even describe? I would usually feel disappointed by not placing very high, which was my last show. All I am is just confused that I got called out in the middle of stage and then just got pushed down and kind of got told you need to get bigger in weight restricting class, where I was at limit, which to me, I know I just need to get bigger altogether. I just don't belong in that class. And so yes, on that week, food was very low at the beginning of the week, and then quite a lot of food leading into the show. Then second week, straight after the show, I was having on average 11,000 calories a day. So 10 to 12,000 calories a day. For a full week, no training whatsoever. Third week, this was a week that's commencing now. It's 15th of October, Friday now. So start of this week, I dropped my food intake to 8,000 calories a day. On average, they are tapering down on 7,000 calories a day at the moment. And I believe it was Wednesday this week when I started to see my striations on my quads fading away. So it took 3 weeks of not training and eating a lot to actually do some damage to my physique. Bear in mind, that was always a goal. This is what people don't understand. When you get that lean, ridiculously lean and be ridiculously fit. I was doing, bear in mind, nearly 3 hours of cardio a day. Well, some people don't call it cardio. I do still call cardio when you pace yourself at very high kind of speed. And your nutritional ability to deal with nutrients goes through the roof. So that was my goal, and that was one of the goals why I started dieting, because I wanted to eat more. My appetite had gone down to absolute shitter because I always overtrain. I'm one of those idiots who always trains fucking all out, every single set, every single workout, and often I train more than I should be advised for anyone else I would work with. Because bear in mind, I don't train for performance. I train to just look somewhat decent. So an overtraining then is not as harmful as when you want to pull 400 kilos, for example. Then you have to rest, or you're not going to progress at all. Whereas to me, overtraining, yeah, I might start losing strength at some point sooner or later. And if you combine it with a ton of food and lack of sleep, and there will be a lot of joint issues as well on top of that, which was where I was. So to me, losing weight, acknowledge that I've had a little injury in my knee, all those kind of things, reset everything, and this is where I'm now. This is where I wanted to get. I wanted my appetite to be so high that I don't struggle to eat 6,500 calories that my body needs for maintenance, which is slightly annoying because I work with people who are at 175 kilos and they need to eat only 4,500 calories. They don't understand how lucky they are. And so I've got to a point where my appetite is really high. My food intake is predominantly clean-ish food to begin with, and then I'll top it up with high density calorie rich foods. So sometimes it'll be bar of chocolate. If I need to, I'll slam it down, but not that I really kind of crave it. I just can't eat it, and I'll milk this period as long as I can. And last couple days was when there was some slight blood pressure issues starting to creep up, and I'm like, okay, time to rein it in. So today was first day when I actually went for a walk, challenging walk, not just walking, but getting my heart rate up, getting myself again to the state where I'm tapping into my body fat reserves and whatnot. Because like I said, on Wednesday, I started to acknowledge that, okay, my physique is starting to fade away. Abs are still there, but not as noticeable anymore. I'll slap some videos in here. But yeah, so this is a time where I'm making a comeback in a gym. Plans going forward is to do 4 to 20 week athletic performance-based training. So I'll see how it goes. I'm going to milk this rebound and try to be as sensible as I can. So my first couple of weeks will be alarm phase, which is kind of challenging mentally for a lot of people who are dieted to extreme body fat levels. That you want to go back in the gym, you eat so much food, you just feel indestructible, and that's when you actually get injured, overtrain, and you kind of defeat the object of what I was trying to do: increase my appetite, increase my recovery abilities, increase my health overall and whatnot. So my challenge will be next 4 weeks to kind of deliver training sessions where I track my rest periods as efficiently as I can. So there will be set rest times between my sets, reps, and God knows what else. So I will focus on execution of completely new movements, and predominantly I will be focusing on tapping into different energy systems throughout my workout. So that will include doing 2 to 4 exercises per workout and 1 aerobic based work. So aerobic based work will be like kettlebell swings, sledge push, bear crawls, things like that. And exercises will be just some basics, some lower upper push stuff. So I'd never really do that. But for example, my workout would be I walk in, I do some farmer's walks, then I do some squats, then I might do some kind of bench, and I leave. That's it. So next session will be very similar, and so on and so forth. So I might do, I've got actually written it in front of me. So my hamstring focus will be fairly high, because that's something that's missing in my physique. I actually spoke to Grandma Sybil, probably the most notoriously known because she was Rolly Winkler's coach when he turned pro, and got to his first Olympia. And yeah, she sent me some photos of me already as soon as I stopped competing. They're like, how did you not place? And yeah, you only need to work on this and work on that. I personally think I need to get my arms bigger, even though they have grown 3 centimeters since I stopped competing. So they are, I don't know how many inches is 49 centimeters, but you can calculate it yourself. But big focus for me will be bringing up my lats. I got good back, I got good traps, good drum weights, and quite powerful as well. But my lat development is somewhat undermined. And that was predominantly because I stopped powerlifting years ago. And I could have brought it up if not for that little kind of injury in 2014 where I pulled my hamstring. So my rear, all kind of basic movements took a kind of backseat. So I stopped doing heavy deadlifts, I stopped doing heavy anything that's kind of challenged my hamstring. I was just doing some isolation work. So I'll try to bring it back slowly and see how it goes. So there will be some rows, there will be some direct hamstring work, a lot of negatives, a lot of isometrics, just to bring the strengths up. And I'm still cautious about my knee, even though it kind of did not really interfere with my ability to compete. I do believe that it's still not at its best, and we'll work from there. That's all regards training. So my food will be as it is now. I'll try to maintain it as high as possible. Ideally, I do want to get to a point where I can rest more, sleep more, instead of 3-4 hours per day. And that hopefully will reduce the amount of food I have to eat, because I won't be as active as I usually am, and improve my ability to kind of build from there. I will not really focus on my body weight. I will focus on my performance. I will focus on making sure that I kind of adapt what I have planned to do in a such a way that come springtime, I am extremely athletic, extremely powerful. I have really ridiculous core strengths, and I can start building that into hypertrophy block, because I can't stand this slow-paced training. I need heavy weights. It's just mentally suits well with me. So I do control weights when I train, but I rather let intense and high amount of weight control the speed of my execution, rather than speed in the weights myself. So when you're just starting out and you can't feel the muscle, there's nothing really to feel to begin with, that's great. To me, that's kind of counterproductive. This is actually something I was speaking to one of the guys in a gym. You need to understand at different age, different phases of your training, you kind of can get away with different things. Look on Tom Brady. People who don't know, it's one of the best American football players. So, or LeBron James, NBA. They train differently throughout their career. Like, first part of your career, you can tolerate so much beating. Why the hell are you doing this little slow pause and all kind of bullshit stuff when you are predominantly built to build a lot of strength in that time? You're young, you can recover really quick, you most likely are very flexible, mobile, and your joints are not gonna suffer so much. And just take that on chin, that you might be in a need of training slightly different than your professional bodybuilder friend or whatever, just because your age allows you to beat yourself up a bit more. And because of that, I am still in a place where I can get away with a lot of things, I believe. I do feel much better when I lift bigger weights for lower amount of reps. So this to me is why am I doing the training the way I'm doing now, where I'm going to be kind of slowly increasing everything I do, is because of massive weight increase in a very short period of time. So I want to make sure that I do acknowledge that at the moment my body might produce a hell of a lot of force, but my joints might not be there. So I'm going to take slow, steady approach. Ideally, I want to extend it to 20 weeks. We'll see how it goes. So I have 4 different blocks of training planned out, and I hope to finish them all. And as a business side, I'm taking a backseat from doing a lot of stuff that I have done so far, predominantly because I want to focus on innovating stuff. I want to create more, and I want to be able to kind of deliver stuff that I do to more people, rather than just working to select few. And this is why I've made decisions that I'm going to be doing far less work with people that I'm working now, That means I'm not going to take anyone on from probably for the next couple months, maybe until New Year, just because I want to make sure that I dedicate my times that I have allocated now to my clients at higher level, and I can innovate and develop more things that I can kind of pass on to more people in future, rather than be restricted to working with as many people as I only have now. Unless I change, I cannot improve. That's as simple as. So that's why I have made a decision that I will not be taking on any new clients or anything like that until at least January. And then I'll reassess how I go on and how I can deal with the amount of work I have planned out to do. And but yeah, for me, training is just a part of this stuff. It's never. I don't really train to look good or whatnot. I train because it's part of me, because I want to feel great. I want to feel confident. I enjoy it. It's like my playground. It's like being a kid again. And I always have fun with it. A lot of people fail because they go to gym and train just to go through motions and they never see results. Whereas to me, results is not just a mirror. To me, results is feeling better. To me, results is hanging out with my guys. To me, results is being stronger. To me, results is saying no to that bloody cheesecake, and those, so on and so forth. So basically, for me, training is what I am. And without that, I would be failure in everything else. I would be miserable in my relationships. I would be miserable in my business. I would be literally one of those people who just goes 9 to 5 to job at 9 to 5 and then goes home and sits, watch some TV series and complain about everything. It's just literally, you can't take away this from me. And if I can repackage what I do and put in a piece of some kind of consumable content, how I think about things that I do, I think it's going to help a lot of people in future. So hope this all made sense. So I have a lot of notes in front of me. I'm just trying to kind of get around stuff to make sure that things are a bit more, how can I even describe, valuable to you. But on that note, I'm going to let you off, and I'll speak to you next week.